Hi everyone! So today I am hoping to do a fun little video that's a bit of a change up for what I usually do on this channel. I'm going to talk about how I track my reads throughout the year. If you've been on my channel for a while, you're probably familiar with my reading journal, which is the primary way in which I track all of my reads throughout the year. I'll go into that first and foremost just to show you guys what that kind of looks like and what that process looks like for me. But something I also don't really share that much on this channel, mostly because it's kind of boring, I guess, in day-to-day practice, is I do keep two spreadsheets to track both the reads that I have throughout the year, as well as my library inventory. I'm going to go ahead and walk you guys through those spreadsheets as well. I will say that I did not make these spreadsheets myself. They were both purchased from Your Tita Kate's coffee site. I will link it below. And it would be great if you guys could check it out if you're interested. Yeah, I think that Kate's spreadsheets are incredibly robust and really well coded for Google Spreadsheets. It comes with sheets that actually take all of the data that you input and make it into really cool graphics so you can see, for example, what your average rating is looking like throughout the year, how many paperback books you've read versus hardback books, etc., etc. So I think that it definitely is a lot more robust than a lot of spreadsheets out there, and you save the time of having to make your own spreadsheet and your own graphics. I personally highly recommend them. I've been using them for this whole year and I really enjoyed them. I think it's so satisfying to enter everything on a spreadsheet and then also to see everything wrapped up in these really awesome looking graphics. I am a researcher who works with a lot of data, and so it's very satisfying to me to see summarized in very clear and concise graphics. So without further ado, let me go ahead and show you guys what my reading journal looks like. Okay, so please pardon the lighting. I made the mistake of starting this video in the afternoon. But anyway, here is my good old standard size traveler's notebook in the brown leather with my cute little Daruma charm. This has not changed in 2 years and it likely won't change anytime in the future. But in case you are new to my channel or haven't seen any of my reading journal content, this is my reading journal and it has been for literally 2 years. I've actually been using the exact same insert that I started out way back in December of 2020, and I'm going to be finishing it up next month in December 2022, which is very exciting, very cool. I'm gonna go ahead and open this up to the reading log, which is how I track all of my reads analog. So for the year 2022, I opted for a running reading log, wherein instead of making a page for every single month, I instead just denoted when I started and finished a book and had a log running throughout the year. It's been a lot simpler and a lot easier, especially with how chaotic this year has been for me. But it's been really nice because I've had this set up for, well, since the beginning of the year, and it's just been super easy and super quick to fill out. All I put down is the title, the author, the number of pages of that book, my rating on my personal rating scale, and then again those start and finish dates. I actually denote those with a number. And again, this has been super simple and really easy to do. I personally prefer this to what I was doing before. It just took so much less effort, and I'm probably going to do this again for next year as well. One thing I started doing since I think I filmed my last reading log video is when I have a book that I particularly liked or that stood out to me, that I definitely want to talk about later when I talk about my favorite reads of the year, I just started adding a little orange heart to the very beginning, so I can just remember which books really stood out to me and which books I will probably be talking about in my 2022 wrap-up. Another thing that I've added recently that I just wanted to touch upon is my library books tracker. So I've been going to the library a lot more often ever since I moved to my new town. We live literally 3 blocks down from a library, so I am there quite often, and it's been really, really nice to be able to check out and read books that I am not like 100% sure if I want to get a physical copy of or if I'm gonna love. And I've had a lot of experiences so far this year with the library where it's either I read a book and it's like, oh, okay, I'm glad I didn't buy a copy, or I read a book and it's like, okay, I know I will definitely want to own a copy of this book, and so buying a physical copy doesn't feel nearly as bad, if that makes sense. So I just denote the due date, if I've already finished it, if I've returned it,
and then the title and the author. Super simple, but I've been enjoying filling this out as well. And that's it for my reading log. Again, I've had the same reading log, as you can see, since December 2020, and I wrote down recently that I am finally finishing it up in December 2022. So this insert will finally get retired, and hopefully I will be able to show you guys what my 2023 reading log insert looks like soon. Alright, so now I'm going to talk about my reading tracker that I have digitally. Once again, this is your Deetha Cates reading statistics tracker. I've used this for the year 2022, as you can see, and also I want to make it clear that I received permission from Kate to show you guys little snippets of my reading stats. So I love this spreadsheet, as I've already talked about so much, but the crazy thing is it's got so much robust data and I don't use all of it. As you can see, I've actually hidden a lot of columns, but these are pretty much the 5 columns that I care about. So you input the title and the author of the book you read and all of the information that pertains to it that you would like to record, and the super awesome thing that you can then do is go to a different sheet in the same spreadsheet that Kate has made, and it generates these graphics that I was talking about earlier. And I just love being able to see this sort of snapshot of my reading. It's a really good summary. Again, as you can tell, I don't really use a lot of what is available from this spreadsheet, but I really like being able to look at charts such as what format am I primarily reading, or what is my rating looking like. The month read one is also pretty interesting. As you can see, I went absolutely nuts in September. So yeah, having this spreadsheet is super awesome and super handy. It also helps me sort of make sure that my analog reading log actually is accurate. It most of the time matches my reading spreadsheet, which is the one I update more frequently than my written reading log. In case there's any discrepancies, I usually use my digital reading log to fix my analog reading log. Okay, and the other spreadsheet I wanted to show you guys is my library spreadsheet. This one also is from Kate. I highly recommend it, and once again, I am not using everything that is originally in the spreadsheet, and also I added some stuff. So if you do go ahead and purchase this reading spreadsheet, it's not going to look 100% like this, but this is generally the gist of it. Again, I just love how robust it is when it comes to collecting data and then creating statistics and graphics. These are all super helpful, especially when you're thinking about your library as a whole and how much you have and haven't read, what your preferences are, etc., etc. So yeah, I cannot speak enough praises for both of these spreadsheets. They are my absolute favorite things, and I am so happy that I got them, and I will definitely be using them for years to come.
So that is how I track my reads. It's very simple. I know that people definitely do a lot more robust reading tracking, whether that's logging more often on Goodreads or using other apps like Storygraph and other software and whatnot. But that's how I track all of my reads. It's a pretty simple system and it gets everything done. It is satisfying to me. I love the output of both of my tracking systems. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't have much else to say, so I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I hope you have a good rest of your day and a good rest of your week, and I'll see you next time. Bye!